It's bedtime.
There's the young one. There's Grant. There's Jordan. There's Sadie. That's got her speech.
Zoom in a little bit as well. Zoom in is that one.
This
that one.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
This is what I did on my holidays.
Let's get all everyone's ugly faces out of the way and just get Sadie's in.
Families cannot afford to take their kids on holiday for 1 week a year. Will die by the sword, but I'm filled with fear as to why this is not being explored, but rather ignored. This is untoward. Holidays abroad are rare. In fact, I know grown men on my estate who've never been anywhere. This is not fair when London is the 6th richest city in the world and yet 4 in 10 children who live there live in relative poverty compared with the national average. I swear, these children are not being given due care. There's no au pairs for them in the nanny state. Makes you want to tear out hairs and declare the Lord's Prayer. What a waste. I'm scared. These politicians need to get out of their sedan chair lairs, stop talking hot air and being laissez-faire, and repair the wear and tear on our great nation, which is clearly in disrepair, as is much of our housing and tower blocks. The pedos are browsing while the lads smoke rock. It's hard to conceive. Don't be deceived. We've all seen mums on speed, which they hide up their sleeve, wrapping up presents on Christmas Eve for their kids to receive the next morning, when they're still up buzzing from last night. This is our warning. In towers of Babel which loom at the hearts of these estates, like petrified trees, and you can never leave, and tinfoil stained with smack drifts around the stairwell, all brown like autumn leaves. 16 floor monstrosities where needles lie in pools of urine, and once you're in, you're in. Best just to grin and take it on the chin, crawling skin. I don't know what's happening, I feel violent. Your face is white and silent like your Charlie Chaplin. The much vaunted ASBOs have made things worse by enhancing criminal sense of being outside the law, which is so raw, considering they were supposed to make things better, or so it said in the government letter. There are 6 million souls living on council estates in Britain, all by the poor bum-bitten, and many in properties that are run down, isolated and abandoned. But no one seems able to explain how this happened, like they just got put out there by some random bandit. Underhanded explanations which put poverty down to drug and alcohol dependency, poor parenting or a culture of worklessness are not supported by the facts. That's slack thinking. You can't just blame it on smack or crack or income tax, but back down to brass tacks. Work does not provide a guaranteed route out of poverty. It horrors me that 2/3 of children growing up below the breadline in our time live in a family where at least one parent works full time. That means that 6 out of 10 youngers as a parent whose job does not pay enough bread to keep the family well fed. We might have only had one so-called parent working, but my mum was always there when I got home from school, which I always preferred to not having her there at all. How dare Blair say my mum should have been working? She's dead, so she cared, so she said, no mother cares shirking. There are children in the alley outside my gate who stay up smoking joints and bumping ketamine till late. That's normal on this estate. Straight up, I wish they'd stop plating my house up, swapping bags of 8 like pirate pieces of 8 like pirates with silver plate. It's like they can't wait to eat a terrible fate. If I was totally too far gone and cynical, I would say it was a good job they're starting to procreate, because we're facing a rising mortality rate with these new age party drugs laying away, trying to kill babies like Herod the Great. I want to berate and get involved to incriminate, as I know they're far too inebriated for their 14-year-old body weights, and like lightweights they're going to fall over and froth up while their eyes dilate. Bring me this silver spoon up his arse, head of state fast, and show him what I see out my front window. And watch him treat it like a talk show, tableau or floor show, so voyeuristic. Eating chocolate gatto while these little girls are knocking back Perno. And watch what they throw up after. What a disaster. Just wait till the morning after. There's no more laughter. Puke drips from the bathroom rafters. Taken to the hospital hereafter. Find me a pastor or a headmaster or someone who might have some answers as to what's going on here. Child poverty imposes costs on broader society, estimated to be at £29 billion per year. Although we should abolish these, under current government policies, child poverty is projected to rise in no time, with 1 million more children living in poverty by 2019. This upward trend is expected to continue with no end, with 4.7 million children projected by the Cognoscenti to be living in shit in this so-called land of plenty by the year 2020. When I was just a beginner, my mother would sometimes have to eat meat-paste sandwiches for dinner so we could have shoes, school uniforms and live like lottery winners instead of 1939 West Berliners. Or sinners, although, come to think of it, I did occasionally have to rob next door's milk, as did many of my ilk. While I never had a school shirt that didn't come from Oxfam or a charity shop, we always had matching socks. But why should that be a shock? I also never had a single item that didn't fit properly, and we never looked southernly. We always had proper roast chicken on Sundays to munch or beef chicken to crunch, and McDonald's was a reward for special achievements, not lunch. So, poor does not necessarily imply neglect. If you think that, you still ain't understood yet. If you are poor, then just remember this. Childhoods are blighted by poverty, but that doesn't mean you can't bring your kids up properly. So give them a chance. Give me a chance. In the street, you wouldn't even give me a second glance. But inside, I'm enhanced like haters, try not to blanch. My thoughts are glistening. So thanks for listening and showing up. Now you know what I'm knowing, and this is what's up. Money does not buy you joy, a clean conscience, a good night's sleep, true friends to keep, style, wit that runs deep, a sense of humour, good health, a life free from rumour or happiness. It just buys you stuff, of which there's never enough, which is rough. But don't take it too tough, because for free we get given the only thing that matters, which is love.
What do you think of that then?